Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 6, Work, Energy and Power. Here, let us start with the session with the concept of potential energy. Potential, it means possibility or capacity for action. This potential energy brings a stored energy. Potential energy, that is a stored energy by virtue of position or configuration of a body. This body left to itself releases this stored energy and gives you the kinetic energy. Based on that kinetic energy, work will be done by that external given force or gravitational force. Due to that gravitational force, that equation we are having mgh. So work gets stored in the form of energy, which is potential energy. So gravitational potential energy of the object as a function of height h, which is denoted as a v of h, and it is negative of work done by the gravitational force in raising the object to that height v of h, that is mgh. And if h we are taking a variable, then f equal to minus dvh by dh, that is minus mg. Here the negative sign defines that gravitational force always acted at vertically downward direction. And it's a speed. By the kinematic equation we are having v square equal to 2gh. And that 1/2, so we can say that kinetic energy equal to potential energy 1/2 mv square equal to mgh, which defines that gravitational potential energy of the object while it is released from the height h, it will give you the kinetic energy of the object. So potential energy is applicable only to the class of force where work done against the force gets and stored in terms of energy. Here external constraints are removed and just define the kinetic energy. Now let us define the mathematically a potential energy. So f of x equal to minus dv by dx. Let us integrate it at both the side. F of x dx by the integration xi to xf equal to minus integration of dv with the limit vi to vf. So that is equal to vi minus vf. So the work done by the conservative force due to the gravity from its initial position to final position, that mass m is released from the rest condition from the top of a smooth inclined plane, then its speed at the bottom, that is twice gh, irrespective of the angle of inclination. At the bottom of the inclined plane, it acquires kinetic energy equal to mgh. So if work done or kinetic energy depends on another factors as velocity or the path taken out by that object, then the force is known as non-conservative force. Dimension of potential energy is m L square T raised to minus 2 and its unit is J, that is the same as kinetic energy or work. So here the change in potential energy for a conservative force delta V, that is a negative of f of x into delta x. So now let us understand that conservation of energy, conservation of mechanical energy. Let us define that this body, that object displaced a distance delta x by the applied force, and the work done is defined as a delta k equal to f of x delta x. If this force is conservative, then potential energy can be defined as delta V equal to f of x delta x. So total energy, kinetic energy plus potential energy would be 0. That is a delta K plus delta V equal to 0, or delta of K plus V equal to 0. Means K plus V, that is a summation of kinetic energy and potential energy applied onto the body, remains constant. So here the path taken by from xi to xf, that is a ki plus vxi equal to kf plus vxf. In k plus vx, that is a total mechanical energy of the system. So here the kinetic energy K and potential energy Vx can change point to point, but its total sum at that point will remain same, which is known as conservative force. Now let us define some definitions of that conservative force. That force f of x is conservative if it can be derived from scalar quantity Vx by the relation which is we have discussed. In 3 dimension, also it can be defined in terms of vector derivative. Work done by the conservative force depends on end points, that W equals to Kf minus Ki, that is V of xi minus V of xf. And work done by this force in a closed path is 0, since xi equal to xf. So thus the principle of conservation of a total mechanical energy can be stated as the total mechanical energy of a system is conserved if the forces doing work on it are conservative. Here let us focus on to the diagram which defines that a ball of mass having m dropping from a cliff of height h. So total energies, that is E0, EH and E capital H of the ball, which indicates the heights at 0 ground level, at small h level and capital H level. So maximum height having that energy, as you can see in the equation, EH equal to mgh. If in between that particular height, E small h, that energy is total of potential energy plus kinetic energy, that is a mgh plus 1/2 mv square. And at the initial point, which is having a kinetic energy 1/2 mvf square. So here this is how, if that object reach at the ground which is having only kinetic energy, at the maximum height as balls start to drop which is having only a potential energy, and in between having potential plus kinetic energy. So here the constant force is a special case of specially dependent force f of x. So the mechanical energy is conserved. So here, that is, we can say that energy available at height h equal to energy available at ground level is 0. That is potential energy equal to kinetic energy, mgh equal to 1/2 mv square. So that Vf equal to under root of 2gh. So here we can say that in between, if E capital H equal to E small h, so for that velocity we are having Vh square equal to 2gh minus h. From the kinematic equation we can see. So height h at where the energy is purely potential energy. Now it is partially converted to kinetic energy at in between height small h, and it is fully kinetic energy at ground level, which defines the conservation of mechanical energy. Let us go through the example. A bob of mass m is suspended by a light string of length L. it is imparted a horizontal velocity v0 at the lowest point A such that it completes a semicircle trajectory in the vertical plane with the string becoming slack only on reaching the topmost point C. This is shown in figure. Obtain an expression for V0, the speed at point B and C, and the ratio of kinetic energies Kb by Kc at point B and C. Comment on the nature of trajectory of the bob after it reaching at point C. Now let us solve this one. Here two forces are available onto the bob, that is a force due to the gravitation and tension force in the string. So here no work done available if the displacement of the bob is always normal to the string. So potential energy of the bob is available due to the gravitational force only. So total mechanical energy E of the system is conserved. Now let us take potential energy of the system is 0 at a lowest point. So at point A, E equals to 1/2 m0 square. So here tension force TA minus F mg equal to m v0 square L. Now here at the highest point C, the string slackness as the tension with the string TC, which becomes 0. So here now equation becomes E equal to 1/2 mvc square plus 2 mgl. So mg equal to, we are having mvc square by L. So here Vc is the speed at that point C. We are having equation that becomes 1/2 5 by 2 mgl. Now equate this energy at point A. So 5 by 2 mgl equal to 1/2 mv0 square. So v0 equal to under root of 5gl. Now from this equation we can say that Vc equal to under root of gl. From the 6.14 equation we can say that Vc equal to under root of gl. So at point B the energy we are having 1/2 mvb square plus mgl. So by equating this energy with the point A, it becomes v0 square equal to 5gl. So 1/2 mvb square plus mgl equal to 1/2 mv0 square equal to 5 by 2 mgl. So Vb equal to under root of 3gl. Now we are taking a ratio of kinetic energies at point B and C, that Kb by Kc equal to 1/2 mvb square divided by 1/2 mvc square, that is 3 by 1. So at point C, string becomes slack and the velocity of the bob is horizontal and to the left. If the connecting string is cut at this instant, the bob will execute a projectile motion with the horizontal projection akin to a rock kicked horizontal from edge of a cliff. Otherwise, the bob will continue on its circular path and completes its revolution. So now let us understand that potential energy on a string. Here, as you can see in the diagram, here the block is attached with the string resting on a smooth horizontal surface. The other end of the spring is attached with the rigid ball. So here the spring is light and treated as a massless. The ideal spring having a force Fs proportional to the displacement x of a block from its equilibrium position. So displacement either can be positive or negative As you can see in the diagram B, if it is displacement is defined, that is x positive, and in diagram C it shows the displacement is negative. So the force applied onto the string, that is known as Hooke's law, and it is defined as Fs equal to minus Kx. K is the spring constant having unit Newton per meter, and this spring is said to be stiff if K is larger, and spring is said to be soft if K is small. Now, if we pull the block at outward side, as we are saying, that we can say that positive displacement is there. So let us define its equation. If extension is available is xm, then work done is Ws equal to integration of Fs dx with the limit 0 to xm, that is equal to Fs equal to minus Kx from the Hooke's law. Replaced with it, so minus of integration of Kx dx with the limit 0 to xm. So here we are having the work done equation minus Kxm square by 2. This expression also obtained by considering the area of triangle in the diagram B. Now work done by the spring by externally pulling force F, a positive, then equation will remain same, just the sign is reversed, it will become positive. So for that work done W equal to K xm square by 2. So here the same thing is true for the spring also, that spring is compressed, then displacement is negative, then work done is negative. And if spring is pulled by the positive force, then displacement is positive, then work done is also positive. So here, this is what the work done, we can say, if block is moved from the original position to the final position, then work done is the difference of the value Ws equal to integration of Kx dx with the limit xi to xf, that is Kxi square by 2 minus Kxf square by 2. So work done by spring force depends not only on end points. So if block is pulled from xi and allowed to return to xi itself, then total work done is 0. So here, if a position depends only as a Hooke's law, Fs equal to minus Kx, and work done which only depends on the initial and final position. So again we can say that spring force is a conservative force. Now, if this potential energy we define for the spring is V of x to be 0 when block ends the spring in the system at the equilibrium position. So, for an extension or compression x above the analysis, we are having V of x equal to Kx square by 2, that is minus dV by dx equal to minus Kx, the spring force. So, if the block of the mass m is extended to xm and released from the rest, then its total mechanical energy at that point x lying between the limit minus xm2 plus xm, as you can see in the diagram. So having its equation 1/2 kxm square equal to 1/2 kx square plus 1/2 mv square, which is a conservation of mechanical energy. So here it suggests the speed and the kinetic energy will become maximum at the equilibrium position x equal to 0, which is 1/2 mvm square equal to 1/2 kxm square, and vm equal to under root of k by m xm. K by m having a dimension t raised to minus 2. Based on that, this equation is dimensionally correct. So kinetic energy converted to potential energy and vice versa, in which mechanical energy remains constant. Let us go through the example. To stimulate car accidents, auto manufacturers study the collision of moving cars with mounted springs of different spring constants. Consider a typical simulation with a car of mass 1000 kg moving with a speed 18 km per hour on a smooth road and colliding with a horizontally mounted spring of spring constant 6.25 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter. What is the maximum compression of the spring? Here, at maximum compression, the kinetic energy of car is converted into potential energy of the spring. So, kinetic energy of the car is 1/2 mv square. M is given 1000 kilogram and velocity is given, that is 5 meter per second. So here by substituting that value 1/2 10 raised to 3 into 5 into 5, we are having K equal to 1.25 into 10 raised to 4 joule. Now this 18 kilometer per hour, through which it is converted to 5 meter per second. So here we are having 36 kilometer per hour to 10 kilometer per hour. So this is what the 5 value we have substituted over here for the V, that is 5 meter per second, which is converted from 18 kilometer per hour. So maximum compression Xm, the potential energy V of the spring, that is equal to kinetic energy K of moving car based on the conservation of mechanical energy. So V equal to 1/2 kx square kxm square. So here we can get that by substituting the values, we are having that V we are having, as we have evaluated, K equal to 1.25 into 10 raised to 4 joule, and K is given in the example 6.25 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter. By substituting that value, we are having Xm equal to 2 meter. So here the spring is considered to be massless. The surface has been considered to possess a negligible friction. Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.